So as some of you may know, Sonic Origins is a collection of Sonic 1, 2, CD, and 3. And then at some point after its release, they released the Sonic Plus expansion, which added a handful of really badly emulated Game Gear games. But most importantly, it added Amy as a playable character for the 4 main games. And despite me getting all the achievements in this game, I have never messed with the Amy stuff. I pretty much didn't play that much more Sonic Origins after getting all the achievements. And the Plus expansion didn't add any more. And Amy was not that compelling alone to try the game again. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to play Sonic Origins, but as Amy. You know, it's funny because I'm not even the biggest classic Sonic fan. I love my occasional playthroughs of Sonic 3, Sonic Mania, stuff like that. I think these games are just really good to pick up and play. I don't think they're my type of game to sit down and marathon through. I just think they're really fun in bursts. And one of my absolute favorite things to do in video games, especially in platformers, is replaying through the games but as different characters that all have drastically different abilities. I really do like stuff like that, which is why I really like Sonic 3. And also really like Sonic Mania. And I would kind of assume that at least Sonic Team is aware of all the Sonic 1 mods that add different playable characters. Mighty the Armadillo in Sonic 1, Vector the Crocodile in Sonic 1, Shadow in Sonic 1, stuff like that, Because there's countless ROM hacks like that. I was kind of hoping Sonic Origins would kind of be an official version of that. Because I mentioned this in my Knuckles Chaotix video. I really wish Knuckles Chaotix was included in this game. Because if Knuckles Chaotix was included in this game, that would be what? How many playable characters are in Knuckles Chaotix? It's let's see, you got Knuckles, SBO, Vector, Charmy, Mighty, Bomb, and Heavy. So what? Seven playable characters? I just think it would be really cool if they added Knuckles Chaotix to this collection, because then they would have had an excuse to include all those playable characters in some form in all these games, and I think that would have been really fucking cool to see. I'm sure an absolute hell in terms of development, trying to get all those characters to not only look good in each engine, but also to implement their features without it absolutely breaking level designs. But I don't know, I feel there could have been a way. I just really like to see more playable characters in old games. I think it's interesting. I think it's fun. I remember when Sonic Origins Plus was first announced, and I saw Metal Sonic being prominent on the cover art, on the promo arts and everything. I thought Metal Sonic was going to be one of the playable characters. Boy, was I wrong. God, but would have that been so cool. Anyway, I've been talking about so many other things. I haven't really acknowledged Amy here. I think it's cool. I think Amy is cool in this game. I think for this being Amy's first playable appearance in what? Or first 2D playable appearance, I should say, since God, I want to say it had to be Game Boy Advance era, because Sonic Advance and Sonic Battle, if we even want to count Sonic Battle. But it's been very long, and I don't even think it's been so long since I last played Sonic Advance. I really need to replay those games. But I don't even think this moveset they gave her is at all resemble the Advance moveset, which I think is fine. Actually, speaking of Amy's modern appearances, I noticed this not too long ago, and I'm very concerned about it. So when you look at classic Amy, she has the nose that all the other characters have. They have a long nose. But if you look at modern Amy, her nose is shorter. So now I'm wondering, did she cut her nose? How did it get like that? I actually really like the unique sprites in this game. I always find it fascinating when an old game gets updated with like new sprites or something. And I always find the new sprites very fascinating to look at. Compared to this and how I was reacting to Sonic Pocket Adventure, you could imagine I really do like sprite work. Love me a sprite-based game. Love me sprites in general. Sprites just look so damn good. Have I also mentioned, not a huge fan of Sonic 1 special stages. This is definitely where I very much appreciate all the quality of life additions that this game has, because I get very mad when I miss a Chaos Emerald, and the fact that, like, if I mess up, I can just use a life? Thank God. I don't really know what it is about the Origins versions of all these games, but they just feel very nice too. Like, very smooth. Could be a plethora of reasons that a lot of people don't like, but I really like this game. And you know, I'm playing the Steam version right now, which is the one that I got all the achievements in. And while I've only played like 9-ish... Oh god, no! My rings! Alright, that might be a Chaos Emerald gone from us, but we might be able to recover. But as I was saying, while I only have like 9-ish hours on the Steam version, I probably have more on the Switch version, because I got the Switch physical when they announced like Sonic Origins Plus on Switch, and I got the physical of that because I wanted to play Sonic Origins on the go. And I probably played a lot of Sonic Origins on the go just because I really... I do truly like this game a lot. I think if, you know, if obviously for not like a lot of the reasons to like ROM hacks or like fan-made content, if not for like that stuff, I would say this is probably the best official way to play these games. And I can say that very confidently. As for best non-official ways to play these games, have you ever heard of Sonic Air? Sonic Air is like this fan-made PC version of Sonic 3 that is very like heavily mod supported. Like there's a bunch of like different character mods and level mods for Sonic 3 Air, but like base game it is just Sonic 3 with a lot of very nice quality of life changes, and like playing Sonic 3 Air is super fun. Like there's a lot of very nice features in Sonic 3 Air, and there's mods that add Amy, Mighty, and Ray into the game, so like you can basically make it Sonic 3 Mania, essentially. Sonic 3 Mania Plus. And like, it's super cool. I do really appreciate it. I might do a video on that one day. Multiple videos, perhaps, depending on what I'm feeling like. Because I have yet to actually... Well, I think I did 100% Sonic 3 Air as Sonic, but not with any other character. I tend to do that a lot. I definitely need to replay Sonic Mania 2. It has been so long. I have like close to 90 hours in Sonic Mania, maybe closer to 80. And man, it has been so long since I've done like a full playthrough of Sonic Mania. Maybe I'll do a video series of me revisiting that game because I really like that game. I think there's no reason to not like Sonic Mania, honestly. It's such a amazing game. I would dare say probably flawless. Oh! I should have committed. But yeah, if all the coins I have wasn't indication enough, I definitely played a lot of this game. The 9 hours I put in this game, I put a lot of stuff into that 9 hours. This game has a mirror mode. I've never messed with the mirror mode before. Maybe that'll be a video. Sonic Origins mirror mode. Because I don't even know what mirror mode is. Does it literally just play the game in backwards? Or no, play the game in reverse? Because if it's like play the game in reverse... What am I trying to say? I'm thinking like... It's akin to like a Mario Kart mirror track where it's just... They take the game and flip it. And if that's the case, that does not sound that interesting. And then obviously you have the anniversary modes and the classic modes, which are literally just... the game anniversary mode is literally just the game, but with a lot of nice quality of life features, and then classic mode is like closest to the original as you can get. I've not really messed with the classic mode that much. Probably because I am not that good at these games. Embarrassingly enough, I am not that good at these games, and am prone to multiple game overs. In fact, I was trying to do the retro achievements for Sonic 1 not too long ago, and they recently did a revision of it where they added beat the game without game overing, right? Without dying. And it pissed me off so much because it was like my first attempt actually trying that achievement, and it was I literally got to the final boss, no mistakes, and I flubbed it. I got crushed, and it was embarrassing. Maybe that'll be a video one day to reattempt that achievement, because it does suck that I lost that. The only thing is that, well, I guess it doesn't require all the Chaos Emeralds. That's a separate achievement, which thank God, because, like I said, I do not like getting the Chaos Emeralds in this game. I've been getting lucky so far. The fact that I've been able to get them all the first try with no continues, I've been getting very lucky. My luck's gonna run out, I'm sure. Do you ever get so invested into, like, topics you were talking about that you actually forget that you're playing a game? Kind of a bizarre feeling. Lost all my ring. Oh well. I can't even count how many times I've replayed these games, and like I've said it before, not a huge fan of the original Sonic games. Sonic 3 is like the one for me. It's like the one I'll always go back to and play. But despite that, I've definitely played these games a ridiculous amount. From like all the different versions that these games are just included in, you know? From all the different Sega collections to the random times that these games are just included in other stuff. Like, did you guys know, on the Xbox 360 and PS3 versions of Sonic Generations, Sonic 1 is just included in the game as an unlockable? You can just play the original game in Sonic Generations. Ain't that crazy? It's not on the Steam version, it's not on the Shadow Generations version, but I definitely also beat that version of the game. Don't know why I sat down and did that, but I definitely did do it. There's a statement not too long ago, I think by, I want to say it was Izuka, who said that they want every Sonic game ever made playable on modern versions, modern consoles. And my first thought was, okay, where's Knuckles Chaotix? Where's Sonic Shuffle? Knuckles Chaotix more so, because I feel like there were so many opportunities for that game to be released on modern systems, and they just didn't. Like, Sonic Origins is definitely one of those where it's like, you could have included Knuckles Chaotix in this, yet you didn't. Why? What other circumstances would you release Knuckles Chaotix outside of this? Because, like, I understand that, like, when you think of like core classic Sonic games, it's Sonic 1, 2, CD, and 3. But I think just the... Oh, well, there we go. Our first fail of a special stage. But anyway, I think just the sheer lack of trying to include Knuckles Chaotix with that core is part of why people don't associate it with those games. When I feel like it's the only way that, like, I think that game really belongs, because, like, it was the only Sonic game released on the Sega 32X, and it was like the only like Sonic thing. Oh my god, I fell for the same one, I think. Anyway, you think of like the first 3 Sonic games as like, oh yeah, it's Genesis games, and then you got Sonic CD, which is on the Sega CD, and then you think of the 32X, because nobody thinks about the 32X. And the only notable game on that thing is Knuckles Chaotix. So where the hell is it? Because I just feel like a standalone release doesn't really make sense, especially for Sega nowadays. They don't really do that. When it comes to like re-releasing their games, they're not just going to release it standalone. They're going to release in some collection, I'm sure, some remaster collection. I feel like Sonic Origins was the perfect opportunity to do that, and they just didn't. Why? Instead, you make Sonic Origins Plus and include fucking Game Gear games nobody cares about. Sorry to the 5 Game Gear fans watching this video, but it's true. Oh my god. Again, I get it, it's like... I guess where else would you include all the Game Gear games, right? It's like, you're not going to release your own like Game Gear collection, might as well throw them in the Sonic Origins shit. But then it just leads back to my... Oh my god. It leads back to my original point, is like, where else would you release Knuckles Chaotix? They're gonna do Sonic Origins Plus Squared? Is it worth restarting? Cause, I guess not. I'll have other opportunities to get the last Chaos Emerald. I think the problem with, like, Sega continuing to, like, do stuff with the classic formula just makes me want to play classic games even more, because, like, Mania was, like, a once-in-a-lifetime exception where, like, that game is very much on par with the original games. But then when they do stuff like that, and, like, they release new playable characters for those games specifically, I'm like, oh, it would be so cool if I could play so-and-so in Sonic 3 or Sonic 2. But I can't unless I play a ROM hack or something. I'm specifically thinking, like, Sonic Superstars, they, like, gave all the characters unique abilities. I say all the characters, I can really only think, like, Knuckles and Amy that have anything unique in that game compared to, like, this release. Where, like, Knuckles can punch things now, and Amy can hammer jump, I think. That was weird. Oh my god. And then obviously Superstars also has Trip the Sun Gazer, and I look at stuff like that and I'm like, man, it would be so cool if I can play Trip the Sun Gazer in Sonic 1 or Sonic 2 or Sonic CD. Not Sonic CD. Not a huge Sonic CD fan. And is this a death hole? Okay. The answer was yes. Oh, I'm coming in here with no rings. That's great. Good thing I can hit Eggman without waiting for him. Wow, that fight might be easiest as Amy. Everybody's favorite part of Sonic 1, Labyrinth Zone. Now I need to actually make sure I get 50 rings so I don't have to worry about that last Chaos Emerald. If Izuka is serious about, like, wanting every Sonic game playable on modern platforms, I really do hope that includes Sonic the Fighters. Because I think it'd be really cool to finally have, like, a version of Sonic the Fighters that has, like, proper online. And, like, I don't know about cross-platform, but they could do cross-platform. Cross-platform rollback netcode on Sonic the Fighters, I think would be really cool. It'd also be nice to have like a version of Sonic the Fighters that's not now locked behind dead digital stores, because as of the day of recording this, PlayStation finally said they're closing the PS3 store. Which fucking sucks. You know, along with all the other like disappointing things they announced, like the end of physical games on PS5. That also sucks. We live in a weird time in gaming right now. Oh, you can't be serious. I think that was literally the end too, right? Oh my god. All that effort to be so careful just to mess it up at the end. Thanks, game. This one for sure. This one for sure will get all 50 rings at the end. Or not. I just jinxed it. Anyway, if you guys happen to have a PS3 at your house, and access to the internet, and like $5 to spare, I think it's $5. I don't know. Sonic the Fighters. Really fun fighting game. I think of like all the 3D fighting games I've played in my life, I think Sonic the Fighters is like consistently the one that me and my friends can always like turn on and be like, oh yeah, have an amazing time playing it. Because it's not like super serious, but you can do some goofy shit in that game. Though it would be, again, very nice if there was a version of Sonic the Fighters that wasn't the PS3 and Xbox 360 one, just had like good netcode, and didn't have to go through some weird hoops to play Metal Sonic or Eggman. Oh my god, I don't think I'm getting the fucking next Chaos Emerald until Starlight Zone. Because I keep getting hit. I don't like these guys. If I bring out my hammer, will I kill it before it gets a chance to hurt me? No. Great. Alright, so it looks like we're not getting the Chaos Emerald till Starlight. Hopefully I can do Starlight without dying. Thoughts on Amy so far? I think I am just playing Sonic, but with the strength of Knuckles. And by that I mean she can break things that normally only Knuckles would be able to break. And in Sonic 1, that doesn't really say much because, like, what, there's only like... Why didn't she grab that? What the fuck? Anyway, as I was saying, what the hell? The only things that are, like, breakable in this game are some walls in Green Hill Zone, and that's it. I don't think there's really anything else that's, like, breakable in that same sense. Jesus fucking Christ. I do like the extended hammer range. I do think that is nice. I can hit things that I normally wouldn't be able to reach as Sonic. It's almost like having the Insta Shield from Sonic 3. I do really like the Insta Shield. Underrated mechanic of Sonic's repertoire of abilities. Why did they give Sonic the Insta Shield? Was it so he didn't feel underpowered compared to Tails or Knuckles? That's the only thing I can think of. God, speaking of Tails and Knuckles, I really do want to play, do playthroughs of them in this game again. Just because, again, I really like playing other characters that aren't Sonic. Sonic is fun every now and then, but if he's the only option, I'm gonna get bored. Alright, Starlight Zone. Let's not screw me over this time. Let's get 50 rings, not lose them, get that last Chaos Emerald, so I don't have to worry about it. Really? Why did that happen? I don't think I've ever seen that one before. Are the physics too fast for Amy? Or for Starlight Zone, I should say, because that's a little weird. Stuff I feel like should flow properly, isn't flowing properly, and probably because of the tweaked physics of these versions. I'm gonna get to the end of the level before getting 50 rings. I can already see it happening. Oh, okay. Never mind, we're at 50. Can we keep the 50? Yes, we can. Let's go. What if I was on the lower route? Would I have been able to do that on the lower route? Now we can get this last Chaos Emerald and be on our merry way. Cool. Amy got them all! Very cool. Now I can finish the game with no issues. Starlight Zone Act 2. God, I'm all out of material. I can only recycle what I've already talked about before. I don't know how easy it is to mod Sonic Origins. I think a lot of people have said that like it's annoying to mod this game because of fucking de novo or some shit. De nouveau, whatever it's pronounced. Would I just love to have like a version of this game that has like all the classic playable characters, like where do I even start? Vector, Espio, Charmy, Mighty, Ray, Heavy, Bomb, Trip, sure, let's add her into it too. Might be asking too much, but like, again, like I said, I really value multiple playable characters in my platformers. And not in like the same sense that like Super Mario Bros. Wonder did. Because like, yeah, that has a lot of playable characters in it. They all play the exact fucking same. So am I really playing different characters? Oh, well, I guess it's fine. I don't need my rings anymore. I just need my rings for survival, not collecting. Hello, Eggman. Can I reach you from here? I can. I don't have to play your gimmick. I can just hit you. Well, you're being kind of aggressive, actually. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever seen him drop this many bombs. Anyway, yeah, I don't have to play this boss's gimmick. I could just keep hitting you from down here. Granted, I don't lose all my damn rings. Might be easier if I was on this one, yeah? Yeah. Amy kind of makes some of the boss fights very trivial. Because a lot of them require you to either do a gimmick or wait for them to come down. Amy can just ignore that with her hammer, which I think is nice, I guess. Alright, Final Zone. Or Scrap Brain Zone. Final Zone is a different place, but, you know. Last stretch. Last stretch of the game, I should say. Thank god I don't have to collect rings in this level, because collecting rings in this level sucks. I remember, again, talking about the Retro Achievement set. I can't believe the game still does that. Why does it do that? You fix all these other issues with the fucking game, yet I can still get crushed by the fucking pixel? Anyway, the Retro Achievement set. Remember when I got to this part of the game in Sonic 1 for Retro Achievements? I had to pull up a map of Scrap Brain because I needed to find like the most passive route that got me to the exit without risking much. Like I knew, like again, I'm not good at these games, so finding out what was the most optimal route to get through without risking too much, I felt like was required. Jesus Christ. And there we go. Scrap Brain 1. Scrap Brain Zone Act 2. I can almost taste the end. It's so close. I can't wait to fumble the final boss again. You know, it's probably some other licensing stuff to have to do with, like, SNK or something, but, like, why didn't they include Sonic Pocket Adventure in this game? In this collection, I should say, because, Jesus Christ. Because, like, I can't really think of... Oh my god. Oh my... No, I'm dead. No, I'm not. But, like, I can't really think of, like, many other portable Sonic games from, like, the olden days. It's like, where the fuck else would you include Sonic Pocket Adventure other than, like, a Neo Geo Pocket Color collection? If Neo Geo's even... If SNK is even going to do another Neo Geo Pocket collection. Which I don't see why not. I think people really do enjoy when SNK does a Neo Geo Pocket collection, because, surprisingly, the Neo Geo Pocket Color actually had some pretty damn decent games on it. Sonic Pocket Adventure being one of them. I was trying to think, because, like, that might just be a joint thing between Sega and SNK, and that's something they have to work out. Like, that's why it wasn't included in this, or maybe they just want to save it for Neo Geo collection. I don't know. Neo Geo's been really good at trying to make their old games accessible, so... And they partnered with Capcom to, like, release their old Capcom games for Neo Geo Pocket Color on, like, their collection, so I don't see why they can't work with Sega to get that game out. They could also get the... I think there's a Puyo Puyo game on Neo Geo Pocket Color, I think, and there's also an Evolution game, which I don't know what the hell is going on with the legal, like, IP holder stuff with Evolution, but every time Evolution has a game, there's like 4 different Evolution games, and they all have Sega as like a copyright holder. It's always copyrighted Sega, so maybe Sega does own the IP. I don't know. It's very hard to gauge. But like, yeah, I think that would be cool if like there was a Neo Geo Pocket Color collection that had Sonic, Puyo Puyo, and Evolution on it. Especially because the Puyo Puyo and Evolution game didn't release outside of Japan, so even if the Evolution game is only playable in Japanese, I think it would still be nice to like see it accessible in some form. Okay. Final zone. Here we are. I cannot wait to see how I mess this up. Zoom. Zoom. Shit. Damn. So far, so good. I just have to be very careful. It's always nerve-wracking getting to this point of the game because you don't get any rings for it. Oh, well there we go. Don't need rings for it. Easy boss. Eat shit, Eggman. Alright. Very cool. Beat Sonic 1 with Amy. Oh, that is cool. See, I love seeing the new art. I love seeing new sprites in old games. That's so cool. Alright, that was fun. I'll probably do the same thing with Sonic 2, CD, and 3. Even though, I really don't like CD. And her being playable in that game doesn't really make sense. What do they do with NPC Amy in that? I guess we'll have to find out, huh? Huh. That's peculiar. Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe. I'll see you guys later.